The Little League Baseball World Series is presented by T-Mobile. The Little League World Series hits different with T-Mobile. 10 teams from outside the United States. They won their regions, and they have made it here to Williamsport. The champs representing Latin America. Boy, Nicaragua steamrolled through that region. They're from the city of León, roughly 2,100 miles away from Williamsport. And Eddie, the second largest city in Nicaragua after the capital, Managua. What else can you tell us about Nicaragua?
Cerro Gordo is the active volcano also in Nicaragua. And Lake Nicaragua is the largest freshwater lake in Central America. And the flower, the national one, is Sacuanjoche flower. White and yellow, beautiful scented flower.
Let's meet the kids.
Mi nombre es Giovanni Noel Urroz Chávez y mi jugador favorito es Jordan Álvarez.
Mi nombre es Jonathan Orroz y mi banda favorita es The Kiss.
Mi nombre es Sergio Lese Girón Fuente y mi comida favorita es el pollo con papa.
Mi nombre es Justin Gabriel Martínez y mi jugador favorito es Messi.
Mi nombre es Gonzalo Martínez, película favorita Los Rápidos y Furiosos.
Mi nombre es Joguer Mercado y mi jugador favorito es Auron Josh.
Mi nombre es Marvin Somarriba y mi mollo favorito es el de la risa.
Mi nombre es Moisés Estrada y mi comida favorita son las alitas picantes.
Mi nombre es Kenji Jiménez, mi equipo favorito es los Dodgers.
Mi nombre es Marvin Gómez y mi jugador favorito es Juan Soto.
Mi nombre es Kenny Ricardo Arauz Roque y mi cantante favorito es Bad Bunny.
Mi nombre es Cleto Sevilla y mi postre favorito es el helado.
So Nicaragua, only the fourth team from the country to get here to the Little League World Series. This is their lineup. They're playing with 12 players here today. And if you're unfamiliar with the Little League World Series, that right there is called the continuous batting order, which means you bat one through however many players are on the roster so that everyone can be a part of the game at bat.
Yeah, usually on the international side, you'll see 14 players, and you mentioned it, 2 are not here. But look at the top of the order. It's a really good one. And you look on the mound now for representing the Caribbean, Christopher Pichardo. Favorite video game, Minecraft. You have to start with that. 5'3", 107 pounds, left-handed pitcher on the mound.
On a stage as big as any for a 12-year-old, we are underway at the Little League World Series with strike one to Jonathan Urroz Chavez. Ball and a strike to begin from Christopher Pichardo. We love this. Favorite celebrity, Cristiano Ronaldo. You know the questions after watching this event through the years. We get all kinds of amazing answers and these great stories from these youngsters. 2-1 on Chavez. Talked about the journey for Nicaragua. Jonathan Urroz Chavez, the batter here, he's playing this with his twin brother on the team, Giovanni, who will also start for Team Nicaragua in right field.
A very patient team at the plate. They usually take the first pitch and do not expand. They make the pitcher work. They try to get the pitch count up, and they're very good usually the second time around the order.
Lace to left and caught by Alexander De Leon. One away.
How about defensive positioning right away? Get that first out. Big help for Pichardo on the mound as well.
So one down, it brings up Nicaragua's catcher, Jose Martinez Padilla.
El arma secreta, the secret weapon for Nicaragua.
The coaches say he is hyperactive, presumably has a lot of energy. They say he's tireless, and he's an excellent hitter. A great catcher, where he'll be today, and pitcher. Lined over short past Diego Suarez Herrera in the left center. Excellent hitter, right on cue, Jose Martinez Padilla.
Yeah, Diego at shortstop miscalculated that one, as that one was belted. Center cut, barreled up, and just right by him. Major league level, we say excellent exit velocity.
I know we get such in the habit of this. You were just doing big league games on Sunday and Monday. You look down and you want to see an exit velocity.
I did.
At baseball of every level. Hit hard. Moises Estrada Juarez on the ground, and he stays out at 2. Nicely started by the third baseman, Carlos Jose Abreu, for the first out. Second out.
I was so curious to find out if they were going to be able to field the ball really well. You see all the colorful gloves that they have, and they're beautiful, but they're just breaking them in as soon as they got here to Williamsport. And we've seen in the past, sometimes it's hard to break in a glove and catch it cleanly. There, they did a nice job.
2 down for Clemente Sevilla Pichardo. He floats this one foul. Yeah, it's one of the great parts of this event that not only do they have these amazing journeys, as Sebi told you, they get to play on these great diamonds. These teams get incredible swag. We heard from so many players who that was what they were most excited for. But then, yeah, if you're going to use your new gear, it has to be broken in to some extent.
Oh, it has to look good. You have to look good to play good, right?
We got a little Soto shuffle in the box. I mean, that is some Shakira hips don't lie from, oh yeah, no surprise, Clemente's favorite athlete is Juan Soto. Inside, and it caroms away, so Moises Estrada Juarez with a big turn, and he's into scoring position. A couple pitches after Clemente Sevilla Pichardo had some fun in the box.
Watch the footwork. He is one of 2 that has to get on a motorcycle, and then from the motorcycle gets off and then walks 4.5 miles one way.
And he flares one into left field, the base hit. Moises Estrada Juarez to the plate, and Nicaragua strikes first on a run-scoring double.
That's elite hitting. Third pitch he sees on a 1-1 count. It's allow the ball to travel left on left. And where does he go with it on a pitch up and in? The other way, keeping the hands tight to the body and being able to drive in the first run for Nicaragua, representing Latin America. Not only does he bypass first and goes straight to second, getting himself in scoring position as well.
Taking the shoulders too. Our first pitch swinging from Kenny Jimenez Blandon, and a nice play from short by Diego Suarez Herrera. Nicaragua strikes first against the Dominican Republic, and we are off and running at the Little League World Series. Coming up for the first time, this is this Little League's first trip to the Little League World Series. They're from Santiago, roughly 1,600 miles away.
And Lake Enriquillo is the lowest and largest lake in the Caribbean. Rinoceros iguanas can be found in the Dominican Republic, and many MLB players are from Santiago, including Cubs pitcher Edward Cabrera.
Let's meet the team.
Mi nombre es Alexander de León y mi comida favorita es la chicipapa.
Mi nombre es Franklin Núñez y me gusta el equipo de San Diego.
Mi nombre es Yancel y mi jugador favorito es Aaron George.
Mi nombre es Justin Vega y mi comida favorita es la pizza.
Mi nombre es Cristóbal Pichardo Díaz y mi mejor equipo es Mets de Nueva York.
Mi nombre es Ronnie García Santana y mi equipo favorito es Cleveland.
Mi nombre es Jen Junior Cruz Tanén. Mi comida favorita es arroz blanco con habichuela y pollo frito.
Mi nombre es Diego Manuel Suárez Herrera y mi jugador favorito es Fernando Tati Jr. Mi nombre es Carlos José Abreu y la película que más me gusta es Rápido y Furioso.
Mi nombre es Darío Antonio Cruz y mi deporte favorito es el tres leche.
Mi nombre es Ethan Esteves Paulino y mi película favorita es Cardo de Rayo McQueen.
Mi nombre es Ediel Jiménez y mi cantante favorito es Bad Bunny.
Mi nombre es Darwin Morales López y mi jugador favorito es Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Mi nombre es José Almonte y mi comida favorita es plátano frito con salami.
This baseball-crazed country returns to the Little League World Series for the first time in nearly a decade, 14 deep in their lineup.
They're 14 deep, and they are passionate. And once they got to this ballpark, their eyes wide open. Spent a little time with them on the field. They're ready to play.
They will face the starting pitcher for Nicaragua, who just drove in the game's first run, Clemente Sevilla Pichardo, who can, according to the coaches, throw up to 74 miles an hour, and he's their #2 starting pitcher. So they go with their #2, who's often a closer and has a big left arm.
Big left arm. 2 lefties to start this game. They don't see a lot of them. And not only a lot of them, but with velocity as well from the left side.
Carlos Jose Abreu in the leadoff spot for the Dominican. 8 on 73. Will flash the velos up there when they're 70 and above. So that's 73 based on reaction times, the equivalent of 95 from a pro ball mount, 60 feet and 6 inches. 73 again, and Clemente Sevilla Pichardo begins with a strikeout.
Yeah, dominant. Coming right at you, the angle. Not a lot of time to think, and then it's low 3/4 as well. And attacking the zone, doing it with the #1, the fastball. It took him 4 pitches to be able to do that.
So now Diego Suarez Herrera, shortstop for the Dominican, using one of the new bats that these teams get here in Williamsport. But Diego Suarez Herrera, part of the story that has defined some of the offense for the Dominican that Sebi's going to have more on later. But everyone on this team earlier, before arriving here, had been using the same bat. They thought it was that lucky. Stick with it. We love superstition among the 12-year-olds.
100%, especially when you're dealing with, and take it from me, my experience, Latin American countries, right? From the Caribbean.
Diego's parents here, Johnson and Marlene. He'll turn 13 years old in a couple weeks, one of the leaders on this team. He hit a walk-off home run against one of the teams from Puerto Rico in the region tournament with that lucky bat that the team says it went so far it dented the scoreboard.
The bat or the
I think if the bat were dented too, that they'd probably still use it.
If everyone was using it back then, but not only that bat, also X-rayed as well.
Yeah.
Oh.
Flash foul, 2-2 against his premium velo.
Notice where the 2 foul balls were hit. That just tells you that it's a short reaction time for Diego to be able to catch up to that elite fastball thrown by Clemente on the mound.
Clemente Sevilla Pichardo's 2-2. Sebi's got more, by the way, on this special bat for the Dominican team.
Yeah, guys, it's kind of a crazy story. So they started their first tournament on the way here, all using their own bats. And then it was actually, I think, Almonte's bat that was the favored bat. They started using it all the time, got hot, went with it. It was so hot that one of the teams that they were playing against protested the bat. And that's where the radiography comes in. They literally sent the bat to a hospital to have it x-rayed. I guess the x-ray came back negative or positive or whatever you want. And the bat was able to keep being used. They kept it hot, obviously qualified here. They were going to use the bat for this game. They literally were warming up with it before the game. There was a problem, though, with the grip. So the bat is not being used here in this game. They're hoping they can get it back at some point, though, throughout the tournament.
So the bat has hospital records?
Exactly, and actually, the joke was, hey, there's nothing wrong with the bat. It just has a fever. Huh?
Está caliente.
If you had ace reporter Sebastian Salazar using the word radiography in the first inning of the first game at the Little League World Series, just take it to the bank. Amazing. What a story for this Dominican club, champions from the Caribbean. They went 7-1 in the Caribbean region tournament that was held a month ago in Puerto Rico. So after the walk from Diego Suarez Herrera, this is Ethan Estevez, the second baseman. Ethan has a brother, 7 years older than him, Evan, who's currently in the San Francisco Giants minor league system. Strikes out here, 73 again from Clemente Sevilla Pichardo. 2 strikeouts in the inning.
Yeah, left on left, really difficult to be able to catch up to and to be able to see. But love the fact that Sevilla Pichardo was able to go and, after the walk, establish the strike zone again.
So he's got 2 down now and faces the aforementioned catcher, Jose Almonte, who Sebastian mentioned. And this one caroms away, moving Diego Suarez Herrera into scoring position. We marvel every year at the catchers here at the Little League World Series and how they have to handle these big arms from such a short distance. Catchers are elite. Popped up foul, 1-1 on Jose Almonte.
You think about it, almost the same situation that Nicaragua had in the top of the first. You got your best hitter up at the plate, runner at second base. And it was Clemente in the top half that was able to drive in one. Now we're going to see if Jose Almonte is able to do the same here.
72 from Clemente Sevilla Pichardo.
I went downstairs and I asked their coach, I said, give me something on Jose Almonte. And he said, my guy loves to eat a lot. Put some tostones in front of him and it's all set.
Strike 3 called. And a K-strut from Clemente Sevilla. He strikes out 3 in the first. He's driven in the game's only run 2.
Yeah, 2 swinging and a location as well. So you see the swings and it's time to do location. And that one right down the middle. See you in the second.